Thank you very much for inviting me here in this discussion. Our institute, the Labour Institute, is very active in the field of evaluating the results of social and economic policies, especially the past 3 years. And of course, I have a title that is trying to make a point, and I will explain it a little bit. The title of my presentation is, or would be, the destruction of the social state in Greece and the issue of European solidarity. And of course, if you want details about the evolution of the industrial relations and everything that is concerns this issue, you can go to EIRO, which you know, in the Dublin Foundation. Our institute is the EIRO antenna in Greece, so you can have many details. The point I want to make, and to my knowledge of the discussions in Europe, it is, I believe, important, is that with the policies applied in Greece to tackle the debt crisis and the economic crisis in general, we don't just have a reduction of salaries or of social spending. We don't only have an adaptation of these figures. We have really a destruction of institutions, not only in the social field, but also in the field of environment protection, in the name of investment, etc. And in the name, of course, of tackling the debt. What our institute is presenting in the last yearly report we publish on the Greek economy and employment is that we have 4 sort of changes, important changes in the field of industrial relations. The stable employment is very much reduced. The system of collective bargaining has been dismantled, so that now a group of workers in a factory can sign an agreement with a boss, and this is it. The issues of organizing time in working time in the enterprises is now very much under the control of the company, and there is a very much reduced protections against redundancies. On the other hand, spending for health has been very much reduced, and insured workers and salary earners are obliged to contribute to this social spending each time they go into a hospital. At the same time, the number of people who are not covered anymore by Social Security increases very much, Greeks and immigrants. And the Social Security system, the pension system, is sliding towards, is moving away from the solidarity system to an individual-based system, which with which we have a basic low pension and the possibility for private pension programs. governance. These two changes come from the two directions, the two main directions that are adopted by the Troika and the Greek and the successive Greek governments, which are the reduction of public and social spending on one hand to manage the debt, and also the process of what is called the internal devaluation. We cannot devaluate because we are in the euro, so the internal devaluation, which is the drastic reduction of the salaries and wages, so that competitivity is supposed to increase, and the increase of competitivity is supposed to have all these usual benefits, which is profits increase, investment increases, jobs increase, but of course this is not happening, as you probably know very well, and the economy is going through continuous recessions for 4 years. So the situation we are in now is that we have this continuous recession. The economy does not enter a development period, or not even a stability period. But on the other hand, nobody really believes that this is a recipe for success. What is actually happening, you know probably about the discussion now with the International Monetary Fund, between the International Monetary Fund and the German government. The IMF says, no, we have to cut the debt once more because the country cannot pay, cannot manage this debt. The government says, no, we have to insist so that they reduce spending and so on. But finally, the idea is that nobody, the prevailing idea is that nobody really believes we're going through a process of management of debt. What is actually happening is that there is a pressure to manage as long as we can. And so this is a bank approach, of course, short term. And if we can get some money for the next years, it's okay. And so we are completely out of the idea of managing this economy and getting through a period of redevelopment and so on. The other issues, for example, the state and the idea that the state is going to be more effective, more efficient, less clientelistic, is not true. Things are getting worse. And to say one, which is, I think, an important point, is we don't have an economy which is managed anymore. We have, and this is very important because foreign investors and German investors are interested in this economy, which is formed now. We have a sort of, because of clientelism is increasing, corruption is increasing now. We have some islands of investments, or we hope we will have, not me, but anyway, the government seems to hope that. We have sort of islands of investments where the investors will have some advantages, will have some connections with the government, someone wants to make a casino, the other one wants to make something else. And this is how the economy is going to this is the scenario for the Greek economy in the future. So, of course, the environment is completely sacrificed. I can give you examples during this discussion. Huh? And I have 40 seconds? I have 40 seconds. Yeah, well, thank you very much. So, no, this is the name of the game. So, what we believe, our institute, and we wrote it in our report, which was published in September. We are in front of the necessity of reconstruction. Really, Greece must be again integrated into the European economy, and it has to produce more, better, and it has to tackle environmental issues, the strategy for climate change, and we have to have again the possibility for social institutions. This is a great change. You can understand, I suppose, most of you are experienced and know that when somebody says what I say, it's at the same time pessimistic and optimistic, and you never know exactly the balance. And but it's the only way we can get out of the present crisis. And for this, because this is what is going to happen with Spain and Portugal. This is what is happening in Greece now. It's not something particular. If you go on with programs, with austerity programs for several years, you will end up in this in a situation like that. At least that's what we believe. So we have to see again the idea of solidarity in Europe. If there is to be solidarity between working people in the European Union, it has to be a solidarity much more deep, much more structural, much more ambitious. This is very difficult. We all know that. But this is the only direction that can give, I think, some hope. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.